talked about Black fatherhood. We talked about how we got there. All that and more today on Listen to Black Men. My brothers. Y'all back again, all right.
There he is, man. Can't get my money back. Out of here.
I like when y'all come over because I get to talk to my brother. We get to have open conversation. And you scratch.
I'm not playing here no more, bro.
Listen.
All right, bro. What's up, son?
Ready.
How you feeling?
Brother Dave. We always gotta come together and chop it up.
My guy.
What up with him, bro?
Dave, tell the truth. It's hard to look like a good guy next to Papoose.
Stop it, man. Stop it. Turn his mic off.
I just got my wife a Lamborghini. Papoose, what'd you do? I listened to her.
I listened to
Well, throw the
listened to
Lamborghini away.
There you go, man.
But no, we've been chopping it up about fatherhood. And you know, the last time we chopped up with you, we was just talking about, you know, overall just the way you were born and the way you were raised around family. Specifically, I want to talk to you about raising your children in this environment, you know, in front of the cameras, you know, your oldest going from not in front of cameras, then you get famous, now she's in front of camera, the golden child has been born in front of the cameras. How are you interacting with fatherhood at this level in life?
Raising a baby, / infant, is total different experience from raising a teenager / young adult. And one can't prepare you for the other. Like, it's two total different things. You just gotta stay in it to win it, man. You gotta be consistent with it. Like, it's just a lot different challenges. Like, when your kid is young, they wanna be around you all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when they get older, they don't want nothing to do with you really like that. Like,
Nigga, where's the debit card?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Debit card.
They want a couple dollars and they keeping it pushing. So you got to get used to that. And then, you know, they becoming young adults. They finding themselves. You know what I mean? So they just becoming a whole new person right in front of your eyes. So you just got to embrace and prepare yourself for that.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you pulled back up because the other day when you was talking about being in the crib and how you grew up and you seeing your mom and dad, the wedding pictures on the wall, it got me thinking, like, I ain't see that. I just grew up with my mom, so it was a whole different situation for me, and I started thinking about it like, maybe that's part of the reason I never really even thought about the marriage and the family of it. It's always just been, let me get this money and then what's gonna happen is gonna happen. I never really thought about that, and at the same time, when you're the only child, kind of sort of, well, I got an older brother, but he was outside, but so I was kind of like the only child in the house, you kind of become the husband, if that makes sense. Like, when your mom come home from work, she telling you about all the business at work, you know what I'm saying, like what's going on with her friends, and it helped me understand women, but it didn't help me understand, like, the family unit and how you're supposed to move.
Talking about, like, more from the structure standpoint.
Yeah, the structure of the family, like you were talking about coming up with both of your parents and how...
Like, I was raised in, you know, in my household, it was my mom and my dad. They've been married right now for 47 years.
Oh, man.
You know, and it was just my brother and I. My brother's 4 years older than me. And so it's one of those things I want to ask, you know, the fathers here, I want to ask you, do you think it's important to have, like, a healthy, romantic relationship with, you know, with your significant other, if it's either your wife or it's the mother of your child, in front of your kids? Because, you know, like, kids at this age are like human sponges. They're like human recorders, you know, they're just watching my parents, how they treated each other. I got to witness up and downs. I got to witness fights, if I'm keeping it a buck. But more importantly, I witnessed them overcome. You know what I'm saying? I got to witness, like, they go through something from layoffs to, you know, disagreements to fights, but I also got to see the other end of that. And that played a part in my life and my upbringing in regards to how I treat women, into how I got respect for other brothers. And then once I got married, what I was looking for in my wife, you know what I'm saying? So do you think about that consciously, like, hey, man, kids are watching us, like, our kids are watching us, like?
I mean, absolutely, especially as you get older. When you're younger, to be honest, you make mistakes, and sometimes you're not really conscious of doing the right thing all the time, knowing what's important. But you said, I mean, romantic and healthy. I would say healthy first. Yeah. Healthy relationship, because none of us are perfect, you know what I mean? But if the relationship is healthy, at least the child is not seeing too much of the bad side. I mean, they're going to witness certain things because we're human.
I agree with that. And I think more than anything, just the peace. Just trying to show a certain level of peace to the kids. I grew up with my mother and father as well. They've been married maybe, 40 years. But I watched them go to war, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up in that too, and I watched them love and dance, and I seen both sides of that. So with me, especially with having girls, for them to see love towards their mother, I have a certain confidence in me because I had both. I could talk to my mom, I could talk to my pops. I could deal with both, so it just gave me a certain level of confidence once I stepped out the door. That relationship should definitely, in front of the kids, always be healthy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's extremely important for my kids, especially my daughters, to see healthy conflict resolution. If they don't see nothing else from me, they see that I'm able to resolve conflict with the women in my life in a healthy manner. So at least that way, they take that into their adulthood, and when they're in conflict, how it's supposed to look. They never, ever see me yell at their mother. They never see me go back and forth.
So you're
with
saying
their
like
mother.
consciously you're
At this point it's subconsciously because I made the decision a long time ago. Like when they with me, nothing but good things said about their mother, nothing but loving things said about their mother. If they see us go back and forth, there's no back and forth. All right, that's what you want to do? All right. And when I hang up, I'm gonna do what the hell I wanted to do anyway if I didn't agree with it, because I don't want them to think like, oh, a man's place is to defy the woman or to undermine the woman. You get what I'm saying?
When they get older, I don't know how old y'all oldest is. I say around 13, bro.
Mine's 15.
Because before 13, everything is
Yep, you right.
smooth.
Yep.
I say around 13, they get a little rebellious. You be like, what you said? Like they talk back a little bit.
It's a,
you know what I'm saying? It becomes more and more challenging. And the reason why I stress that is because I thought I had parenting all figured out.
At 12.
But once they start to get older, you realize it's a whole different experience. You got boyfriends, you know what I'm saying? It's different things, man. Like, I done had experiences when my daughter had a boyfriend I didn't even like. You know what I'm saying? And I had to deal with that. And that shit went all the way left.
I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah, man.
I still got some years.
I understand. I'm sitting here like, boy.
Let me tell you, bro.
And one thing I'm realizing, parenting don't ever stop. We still lean on our parents for certain things. It may not be the financial aspect anymore, but it's like life lesson. Like, your dad, when you was my age and you had a child, how'd you deal with that? Right. Or it might be the inverse. I might be like, I seen how my mom dealt with me in this situation. I ain't gonna deal with my kid in this situation. Like we was even talking about way more dialogue. I didn't see that growing up. My parents didn't have no dialogue with us. It was my way, that's it. Don't ask no questions.
Ain't nothing to talk about.
But with us, like, I thought it was just me. But both of y'all both just saying that, I'm like, oh, okay. It's not just me.
My pops West Indian, bro. It was no talking. It was no but. No, it was none of that. Like,
yes, sir. Yes.
I say shit to my daughter now, and she be like, "But Dad, it's this too," or "It's." I be like, "What?" In my household, it was.
You don't even know.
It was like it was this. Like, if it ain't this, it ain't nothing else. Like, you feel me? I beef with my father all my life. As far as my memory go back, we had great times and shit like that. But we had problems. Like, we both Geminis. I'm a junior. So it was always that, you my namesake, you my namesake. You know what I'm saying? That was always being told to me. Like, once I reached success, that been my best friend, bro. Like, since, I think in his mind, it's like,
feels like you made it.
It worked.
Yeah, I did my job.
Whatever I did to this,
Exactly.
whatever, all them ass whoopings, all them arguments, whatever I did, it paid off.
Yeah, bro.
Now I can chill and they good, you know what I'm saying?
And it's like
it changed the whole vibe. Like, me and my father haven't argued in 10 years.
Nah, that's real shit.
Not an argument.
Bro, I don't think if my
You know what I'm saying? It's peace.
if my pops wouldn't have whooped my ass the way he did, I don't think I'd be sitting here with y'all today, bro.
And now you look at it, and like you look at us three, at, everything we've been through as children, men, fatherhood, dealing with our father. Now we sitting here talking, we giving advice, and we prepping them for when that time comes. It's like, hey, listen, right here. You know what I mean? And I think that's super important, and that's why it's super important to have somebody like you, Papoose, in the community who's so loud and proud of being the head of his house and being in his house. Super important.
The things I've been through in my life made me who I am today. Like, I don't want to be one of people to think I just woke up one day and I was the way I am. It's my experiences. Like, I lost a lot of people. You know what I mean? My cousin, who's the closest person to me, his mother and my mother are identical twins. So he got murdered. That changed me. You know what I mean? My grandmother who named me, she died from cancer. That changed me. And then I seen a lot in my life, so I understand that running around here chasing fun and chasing foolishness sometimes, because sometimes we all make mistakes, can be detrimental. And lying and living a lifestyle where you're not being honest with other people. So I just came into a space in my life, but you know what? I just wanted to be 100 with one person and raise my family a certain way. Life is not a game. You always want to treat your lady how you want a man to treat your daughter, bro. Yeah. And you know, just my experiences in life, I don't really like to play around. I don't take none of this play. I just like to be, you know, stay focused. That's all.